Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the course of academic reading and writing. The topic of today's lecture is the difference between fact and opinion. I'm your teacher Muhammad Asif Khan, lecturer, Department of English, Cohort University of Science and Technology. First of all, I will introduce the topic and then we will look at the definitions of the two important words of this very discussion, and these words are fact and opinion. After the introduction, we will move towards that how we can use facts to support opinions, and in the same way we will distinguish between facts and opinions. I will give you 3 practices, and in this way you will see that how facts and opinions are different from one another. In the end, I will provide you the summary of the whole lecture. So this is the agenda for today's lecture, and we are going to start from the introduction. To make sense of what you read, you must be able to tell whether you are reading fact or opinion. This lesson tells you how to distinguish what someone knows for certain from what someone believes. So what is the difference between fact and opinion? And how does it matter anyway? It matters a great deal, especially when it comes to reading comprehension. When we are studying anything for reading comprehension, knowing the difference between facts and opinion is very important. During our life, we are exposed to a wide variety of literature. Every day we are reading things that range from analytical articles that are usually based on very cold, hard facts. And on the other side, we see that sometimes we are reading fictional novels that arise completely from the author's imagination. So there is a very wide variety to which normally we people are exposed to. However, we see that much of the material which we read that comprises of a mixture of facts and the author's opinions. Part of becoming critical reader means that we realize that opinions are not evidence, because for opinion to be valid, they must be supported by hard facts. Without hard facts, opinions are not evidence. So it is very important for a critical reader that he realize the difference between opinions and facts. It is very important to know that very thing. So what is the difference between fact and opinion? It is very critical for a critical reader, because without knowing this very difference, it is very difficult to comprehend the text in the right manner. Now I will give you the definition of these two terms. The first term is fact and the second term is opinion. Facts are the things known for certain to have happened. On the other hand, we see that opinions are things believed to have happened. Facts are things known for certain to be true. We are convinced that these very things are true. On the other side, opinions are things that we believe that these things are true. Facts are things about which we have firm knowledge and we are certain that these very things exist in this world. While opinions are the things which we think or which we believe that these things might exist in this very world. And these very opinions are assumed one. We just suppose or we just believe and think that these things happened or these things are true or these things may exist in this very world. Whereas the facts are the things for which we are convinced, we are sure, we have firm knowledge about that they have happened or they are true or they exist in this very world. So that is the difference between these two terms, fact and opinion. Dear students, as you can see that the key differences between fact and opinion lies in the difference between believing and knowing. In facts, we see that we are certain. We have firm knowledge about these very things. We know these very things for certain. We are very sure about these very things. Whereas when we have a belief about something, or when we have opinion about something, actually we are supposing, or we are thinking, or we are assuming that this thing might have happened, or this thing might be true, or this thing might exist in this very world. So the difference lies between believing and knowing. Opinions may be based on facts, but they are still what we think, and these are not the things what we know. Therefore, opinions are debatable. On the other hand, we see that facts are not debatable, because we are certain about their happening or their truth or their existence. On the other side, about opinions, we can make debate that whether these opinions are true or not, because this very knowledge is supposed knowledge. So using facts to support opinions is very important thing. We see that reasonable opinions are those that are based on facts. And indeed, that is what much of writing is. When we explore the process of writing, we see that a writer often makes opinions and then he supports these very opinions with facts. The writer's opinions or assertion about his or her subjects are supported by the facts or other evidences. Now you think about the topic sentences. Perhaps you made an assertion like this, that Aslam is a terrific boss. This sentence is a good topic sentence, and it is an assertion about the subject, that is Aslam. And we see that it is also an opinion, because it is after all debatable. Aslam is a terrific boss. This very statement or this very assertion or this very opinion is debatable. We see that someone could just as easily take the opposite position and say Aslam is a terrible boss. So on the one side, we see that some of the people serving there within that office, they believe or they have opinion about their boss that he is a terrific boss. On the other hand, we see that very opposite position, very opposite opinion or very opposite belief can be seen. We can hear very different beliefs. We can hear very different opinion. We can hear very different supposition or thought or assumption about Aslam, that Aslam is a terrible boss. So these are opinions, and these very opinions are debatable. Let's see that Aslam is a terrible boss. This is another good topic sentence, and it is another opinion. Now a good writer will show his or her readers that his opinion is valid, and he can support his opinion by valid facts. For example, the topic sentence is Aslam is a terrific boss. So we can add facts with this very opinion, and we can bring facts to support this very opinion. Like in this very paragraph, you can see that the topic sentence is Aslam is a terrific boss, and he always asks us how we are doing. He lets us leave early or come in late when we have to take care of our children. He always gives holidays bonuses, and he offers tuition reimbursements for any course, even if it has nothing to do with our position. Notice how the topic sentence states an opinion, whereas the rest of the sentences within this very paragraph that supports the opinion. And the rest of the paragraph is supporting the opinion with facts about how Aslam treats his employees. So opinions are debatable, but facts are not debatable. Facts are the things for which we are certain, we are convinced, we have firm knowledge about them. Now, that paragraph is much more effective than something like this, that Aslam is a terrible boss. I really don't like him. He just can't get along with people and he has stupid ideas about politics. Why is the first paragraph so much better than this very paragraph which I have presented to you now? Because we see that in the first paragraph, there was not only an opinion that was the topic sentence of that paragraph, we see that its opinion was supported by the evidence. Whereas in this very second paragraph, all these very sentences are opinions. And we see that every sentence is debatable. Every sentence tells us what the author believes is true, but not what is known to be true. It is just the author's belief that he thinks that this very sentence might be true, but it is not the reality. He is not certain about this very thing. It is just his opinion. The author of the second paragraph does not provide any evidence to support why he or she thinks that Aslam is such a terrible boss. As a result, we are not likely to take his or her opinion very seriously because his opinion is not supported by facts and figures. In the first paragraph, on the other hand, the writer offers concrete evidence for why he or she believes that Aslam is a great boss. After the initial opinion, we see that in the coming lines, in the coming sentences, the writer provides facts, specific things that Aslam does. And we can verify these very things by other observers that make him a good boss. You may still not agree that Aslam is a great boss, but at least you can see exactly why this writer thinks so. These very things which the writer of the first paragraph is telling us, these things are happening, surely happening. And the writer is convinced that he is not believing this very thing. He has firm knowledge about this very thing, and he is certain that these very statements or assertions are true, or these things exist in Aslam. So when you read academic material, very often you will have to distinguish between these two terms, and these two terms are facts and opinions. You have to judge this very thing, that what the writer thinks and how the writer support what he or she thinks. You have to distinguish between what is proven to be true and what needs to be proved. A very simple and very good test for whether something is a fact or opinion. You might ask yourself that, can this statement be debated, or is this known for certain to be true? If your answer is yes for the first question, then it means that you have an opinion. And if your answer is yes for the second question, it means that you have a fact. And I have already defined these two terms, fact and opinion, to you. So if a statement is debatable, it means that it is an opinion. And if you are certain that this very thing is true, then it is a fact. So it is a good test for judging this very thing, that something is a fact or an opinion. And you must ask yourself these very questions, that can this statement be debated? Is this known for certain to be true? These two questions are the tests. Now let's move towards the practices. And the first practice, read them carefully and then write F in the blank if the statement is a fact, and O if it is an opinion. The answers will appear right after the questions. Just first of all, you pause this very video. I'm just reading these very questions to you. After I complete displaying the 5 questions, you pause the video and judge this very thing and write down whether these statements are facts or opinion. The first statement is the Filmfare Awards honor the film industry. The second statement is the Filmfare Awards are always fun to watch. More independent. The third statement is more independent films should win Filmfare Awards. The fourth statement is the Filmfare Awards are an annual event. And the last and fifth statement is the best director is the most interesting Filmfare Award category. Now pause the video and try the questions which we discussed in the last slide and apply those questions on the following statements to judge this very thing, whether these statements are facts or opinions. So pause the video and then judge this very thing. Try to judge this very thing. Welcome back. Now let's see the answers. The answer for the first statement is that it is a fact. The answer for the second statement is that this is an opinion. And the answer for the third statement is that it is again an opinion, and you can debate this very thing whether this opinion is right or wrong. We can do a debate on this very thing. The fourth statement is a fact, and we see that we are very sure that this very event is held on the annual basis. The Filmfare Awards are an annual event, so this is a fact. And the last sentence, last statement, best director is the most interesting Filmfare Award category. Again, this is an opinion because we can debate. Some might think that this is the most interesting category in the Filmfare Award, whereas for someone else, some other category might be interesting one. So opinions are those things which are debatable, and facts are those things that are known for certain to be true. So these two tests, as we studied in the last slide, that can this statement be debated, that is the first question, and the second question is this known for certain to be true? These are the two questions which we tried on this very slide and try to find out and distinguish between the facts and opinions. So now let's move towards another exercise, another practice. Now you have to try the same exercise with the complete paragraph, and you have to underline the facts, and you have to highlight the opinions. And be careful about, you may find facts and opinions together in the same sentence. It is not necessary that the whole statement contain fact, and on the other side we see that another sentence may have opinion within that whole statement. And we can see that within one sentence we may find facts and opinions together. So when you have finished, you can check your answers against the marked passage that will follow in the next slide. So you pause the video and see and try to ask the same questions which I have shown you in the previous slide, and you have to judge whether the sentences or the statements within this very paragraph are facts or opinions. So you pause the video and read it and try to find out this very thing, that whether the following sentences within this very paragraph are facts or opinions. Welcome back. Now I will read the paragraph for you, and along with that I will underline the facts and highlight the opinions. So you will see that I will underline the facts with the green line, and I will highlight the opinions in blue. So there are many different ways to invest your money to provide for a financially secure future. Many people invest in stocks and bonds. These are facts. We see that there are many different ways to invest your money. This is a fact. This is not an opinion. This is a fact to provide you a financially secure future. Many people invest in stocks and bonds. But I think this is the marker. This very word indicates that this is not the thing which you know for certain. And we see that this very statement is a debatable statement, because here the writer is saying, but I think good old-fashioned saving accounts and certificates of deposits, abbreviated as CDS, are the best way to invest your hard-earned money. This is the opinion of the writer. On the other side, we see that stocks and bonds are often risky. Again, this very statement is a fact, because we often see that there is no hard and fast rule that stocks and bonds will always give you profit. And most of the time we see that risky things are those things in which sometimes we earn a lot, whereas on the other side, sometimes we see that we suffer a lot of loss in these very stocks and bonds. Now the sentence continues. This is not a complete sentence. This very statement is a part of a complex sentence, and the writer says that, and it does not make sense to risk losing the money you have worked so hard for. Again, this is the opinion. This is not fact. Okay? Because we can debate on this very thing, that it does not make sense to risk losing the money you have worked so hard for. This is the opinion of the writer. We continue reading this very paragraph. True, regular saving accounts and CDS, that is actually the abbreviation for the phrase certificates of deposit, cannot make you a millionaire. This very thing is a fact. Millionaire overnight, or provide the high returns some stocks investment do. This very statement is the statement for which we are very certain. We have firm knowledge about this very thing, that regular saving accounts and CDS cannot make you a millionaire overnight, as we see in the case of stocks and bonds, where you are risking your investment. And sometimes we see that bonds and stocks pay in millions, and it can make you a millionaire overnight. In saving accounts and in certificates of deposit, we see that there are fixed rates, and you are not going to earn in millions. So saving accounts or CDS cannot make you a millionaire overnight or provide the high returns which some of the stock investments or bonds are providing you. So this very thing is a fact. But by the same token, this is not fact or opinion, and this is the introductory phrase. And we see that the sentence continues, that saving accounts and CDS are fully insured and provide safety. And this is again a fact. And we see that saving accounts and CDS are fully insured schemes, and they provide steady, secure interest on your money. You need not to worry about the security, or you need not to worry about the interest rates. These very things are fixed. Again, in the end of this very paragraph, the writer is giving his opinion that makes a whole lot of rupee. So that makes a whole lot of rupees is the opinion of the writer. It is not fact. Sometimes we see that we are having these very accounts, saving accounts and CDS, but we are not making a lot because we have invested very small amounts. So this very thing is debatable. So here I have highlighted the opinions in blue, and I underlined all these facts. You just again pause this very video and try to apply the questions which we studied in the previous slides, and you try those questions on the sentences of this very paragraph and find out that which of the sentences are opinions and which of the sentences are facts. Now let's move towards practice number 3. And to strengthen your ability to distinguish between fact and opinion, now you have to try this and take a fact such as Wednesday is the 4th day of the week. This is a fact. Now you have to turn it into an opinion. Make it something debatable. I will provide you one opinion about the statement which is actually fact, that is Wednesday is the 4th day of the week. Now I am giving you one opinion about this very day, and opinion might be like this. One of the opinion I am providing you is that Wednesday is the longest day of the week. It is not necessary that always this very thing will happen like this, but this thing is debatable. But somehow I'm giving you a statement that Wednesday is the longest day of the week. So we can debate on this very thing. So when there is a chance of debate on any topic, it means that this is an opinion. We cannot debate on the first very sentence, that is Wednesday is the 4th day of the week. We are very certain about this very thing, and this is the thing which we can't change. Wednesday is the 4th day of the week. So that is fact, and we change this very fact into an opinion. I will give you another example. I am providing you a fact. You must be 18 years old to vote in Pakistan. This is a fact. Now you try to turn this very thing into an opinion. I will give you one statement in which I have turned this very fact into an opinion, and you try yourself to turn this fact into opinion. I am providing you one opinion that voting age should be lowered to 16 years of age. So this very statement is debatable. Some might say that age should not be lowered to 16 years of age, and some people might suggest something else. So that very thing is debatable. The first thing that I quoted to you, that is you must be 18 years old to vote in Pakistan, that is a fact. And the second line or the second statement is an opinion. So I think now you will be clear about this very thing, that what is the difference between fact and opinion. And this very ability to differentiate between fact and opinion is very important skill. Like a detective, you need to know the difference between what people think and what people know, because the difference between fact and opinion is the difference between believing and the knowledge. So you need to know the difference between what people believe to be true and what has been proven to be true. Then you will be able to see whether writers support their opinions, and if they do, how they do it. What are the techniques that they are using to support the opinions with the facts. So this will allow you to judge for yourself the validity of those opinions. And in this lecture we have studied that how facts are different from opinion. So facts are the things known for certain to have happened, or these are the things for which we are sure that these things are true, and we are convinced and we have firm knowledge about them that these things exist. On the other hand, opinions are the things which we suppose to have happened and about which we believe that these things might be true, or we assume this very thing that they might exist in this very world. So differentiating between these two things is very important for reading comprehension, because it matters a lot, and it matters a great deal in reading comprehension. We know that every day we are exposed to a wide range of literature or academic material that we read in everyday life, specifically for the students of literature who are reading analytical articles in which we have hard facts, and they also read fictional novels that are totally coming from the author's imagination. So distinguishing between facts and opinions is very important. So now I believe that you will be in position to distinguish what someone knows for certain from what someone believes, or to distinguish between facts and opinions. So thank you very much for listening passionately. Allah Hafiz.